guys, this is Nathan and welcome to the Gaming 4. Today in this Unturned map review, I'm going to be covering a map called Oregon. Now this map didn't score very well. It actually scored a 48 out of 100, definitely one of the lower scores that we've seen, but it did have some good qualities to it. But actually a lot of the weaknesses are fixable, and actually hopefully this gives you an example on what not to do. So anyway guys, let's start by going over some of the strengths of this map and what this map actually did well, and then we'll move on to some of the weaknesses. So one of the things that we look for in maps, and something that this map did very well on, is that it did include both land and air vehicles. Now there was not very much water in this map, otherwise I'm sure it would have included some water vehicles, and there may have been some water vehicle spawns. We just may not have gotten the correct spawns for those and not been very lucky. Something else that was also very nice is that there was quite a bit of natural resources throughout the map, including berry spawns, and also there was quite a bit of seeds and farming equipment in the barns and other farming locations. Another thing that this map did very well is that there was quite a bit of food throughout the map. It also included quite a few types of unique foods, including some cooked squid and whatnot, and so that's always really refreshing to see because a lot of people exclude them from their maps, and so you don't get that type of variety and interest when it comes to what you're able to eat. And lastly, one of the biggest strengths of this map is that it did include quite a lot of weapons, mostly ranged weapons, including all types of guns, civilian, military, and ranger, and in most cases it included a decent amount of ammo as well. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the strengths of this map, so let's move on to what it didn't do as well on. So one of the first things is that it did not include a lot of vehicle maintenance gear. Now as mentioned before in many of these map reviews, it is important that if you have vehicles, you have the gear to actually maintain it. That includes gas cans, blowtorches, car jacks, wrenches, extra tires, and even car batteries. That's something that you should be including in almost every map that has a vehicle. Another issue that we found in this map that has to do with the weapon spawns is that they were not tiered correctly. So for example, there was no progression in terms of weapons. Either you found really good weapons or you didn't find any weapons at all. Also, some of the best weapons in the game were found just in the most common locations, and they were not hard to get to, and some of the best gear, such as an Alice pack and some of the night vision goggles and stuff, are able to be gotten just by killing zombies. So whenever making your map, you want to make sure that your items are tiered correctly in terms of rarity and value, as in the rare stuff is harder to find and the less valuable stuff is more easy to find. Also, whenever having rare items, don't ever make them as zombie drops, because zombies are very easily farmed for XP and otherwise, and if you have good drops coming from those, it's very likely that the player will get those sooner than later. One of the largest issues with this map is that it was actually very flat and boring. As you guys might be able to tell from the footage on screen, the map itself was very flat, and you could pretty much see across the entire thing just through the trees. Something else that really didn't help this map is that there was one type of material used most of the time, and there was one type of tree used. So the landscape became very monotonous. There was nothing unique about it throughout the entire thing. There was barely any hills, and it just really made a non-interesting sort of feel to it. Relating to that, the detailing throughout the map was also below average. Obviously it was included. That was the good thing about it, is that none of the map was not detailed, but it wasn't detailed well where it was detailed. And lastly, this map was a medium, I think, and it really just lacked content in terms of locations and spawns and zombies in general. One of the most important things when you make your own maps is that you do fill up the space. You want to stay away from that large map syndrome where essentially you've got large open spaces with not much in it, because that's very boring to play through as a user, and it's pretty much a part of the map that's useless and should be removed. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this map. Obviously there's a lot of things that should have been fixed and potentially included when making this map, and hopefully you guys take what's good about this map and repeat it in your own, and take what's bad about this map and potentially not make the same mistakes. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you want to see some more. I will see you all later.